Whoa, look at this disaster. Yes, that's my life right now. My husband and I were gone last week looking at houses in Alabama. I mentioned previously, I think in some other videos, that I was going to be moving, and we had to go out there to look for somewhere to live. We did find a place. We put in an offer. They accepted. Now we're waiting on the appraiser to go through to make sure that the house is valued for what the loan's being asked for, so that because it's going to be VA funded, so it's my husband's military. So up until that trip, I had done a few things around here and rearranged a few things, and you know, my desk became a disaster. Worked on some projects. This was actually a piece of thank you for a purchase I did through a Facebook group. Anyway, my desk has become completely trashed because of that. So I'll show you a couple things as I'm clearing out and talking. So on the trip, I took my bag of stuff so I'd have something to do on those times when you're sitting in the hotel. Oh, and let me mention this. We had restaurant food every day of the 6 days we were gone. I was so sick of restaurant food. We ate at this one place called O'Charlie's. And when I was living in South Carolina, they had one in Columbia that my mom and I had gone to, and they had the most fabulous salad ever. And so when I saw that there was one in the town that, well, it's a side-by-side town. You've got Montgomery, and there's an interstate that runs this way, and then there's one that runs this way, and then there's a town over here called Prattville, and a town over here called Millbrook. We're going to live in Millbrook, but we were staying in Prattville, and that's where all the main shopping and restaurants are. They're not puny, you know, they're not like 2,000 people type places, but they're just almost suburbs of Montgomery at the moment. So anyway, when I found out O'Charlie's was over there, I said we have to go eat there, and we ended up eating there 4 times. And even though I was sick of having restaurant food, because you know, restaurant food always does something to your body, and you digest it differently, and it just messes up all your normal functioning life. I'll leave it at that. Plus you feel like you've consumed like twice as many calories as you normally would with your own home food, and you feel like a bloated cow and all that kind of business. So I took this with me. This was my faux dory I've made. I don't know what this is doing here. This was a shopping trip I did while we were gone. This is a peek at one of my documented life pages. So I'll just poke that out of the way for now. Excuse me. Now I've got my morning coffee. This one has my Pisces stuff on it. Nice good cup. Alright, so back to what I took with me. I put Miss Fishy on it. I used to have this camera here. And I put that down here on the bookmark and put this fish on. So, I don't think I've shown what I've done in here. This section here is where I keep track of stuff I do on the internet. As far as vlogs and, well, not really vlogs, I don't do that much. Posts on my blog, uploads of videos, edits, Instagrams, things like that. This is some of the stuff I did. We went to this Confederate Memorial Park. That was very strange, but interesting too. And then I grabbed these 2 little souvenirs. They're reproductions of the paper money, which they're kind of interesting. And then there's also a birding trail there, which I definitely want to go back to because I love watching birds. So as I've been going along, I've just been writing, you know, add a picture here and there, a little bit of doodle, a little bit of washi. Skip some places if I want to come back and add some stuff later. You know, that kind of thing. So then, this is where it started. So I got a little bit of stuff in there. And then this is my receipts for where we ate. I kept them in my Cracker Barrel envelope. And then I'll do some more since we've returned. And then this back piece, I've turned that into a movies logbook, so I can write movies I want to watch. And then after I've watched them, I can check mark them off, and then I can write beside them whether I thought they were good or not. So since this is quite a decent sized book, I'll be able to use that for, excuse me, several movies. Alright, get that away. So one of the days after quite a bit of stress from looking at homes, we popped into, he went to Academy Sports, and I didn't really care to go in there, so I went into Hobby Lobby because it was right next door. And I got these few items. I didn't want to buy a whole bunch because I don't really need to, plus, you know, hauling it back in my suitcase. There was this neat little storage pocket. Where did I put that paper? This is by Totally Tiffany. It's called a Tag Fan Deck. So it's got a harder plastic cover, and both sides with the elastics. And then on the inside it has these little pockets. I thought that would be handy for taking on trips to hold small memorabilia, or even just filling it full of small items that I might want to use as my embellishments or whatnot. Got another packet of kitty stickers to use in my cat album. Thought those were pretty cute. They had these cork elements I thought would be nice to add to projects and books. Snap had these photo flips. And then Miscellaneous Me. These were on clearance, and they're just pocket binder pages, so you can use them for ephemera or whatever. Alright, so that was my small shopping trip. And then I will put a few pictures on here afterwards. But the house we asked are interested in, I think I already said that they accepted our offer. So I went through and well, we went back and we measured the rooms for the, you know, the size. I'm just putting a couple sticky notes on here. And this is, the room size is correct, but the locations of the closets and the windows is just a general idea. I didn't remember to measure out from the corners to know exactly where those fit. But so this room is the one that we might have as my daughter. She did complain last night that she thought it was small. So I might have her swap with the room that I designated as my art and craft room, which I've already put my furniture in. But if I give her that room, or she wants to pick that room, I will switch to the other room at the other end of the house, which is longer but only slightly shorter. So I still have plenty of space. The reason I picked this room was because, you know, just pre-picked, and didn't necessarily say she had to have it, but it has a door down here. There's a door to the hallway here, and then a door to a bathroom here, which is also accessible from the hall. I thought she kept talking about wanting her own bathroom in her room, so I thought that would be a nice way of doing that. So we'll see. She might change her mind. Now, this is the funny part. Our bedroom here is a little bit smaller than this room. Sorry. And our new bedroom is this big. So, there, I'm lining up the lines so we get all this extra room. Our bedroom here is so ridiculous. The closet space is just so stupid. We've hated this house. We really have. So we're going to enjoy actually having space. So there's a window over here. There's a window over here. There's a door here to the patio. The door to the bedroom is here. And then there's a door here and here that go into the master bathroom. It's a, you know, a U-shaped kind of concept with a garden tub, 2 vanities, 2 closets, the toilet, and a shower are all in there. So we definitely we're going to enjoy having a real bedroom instead of this little room. Alright, so back to my art and craft room. I did this up, measured my furniture I have, so I could see how I might want to lay it out. So this desk right here is this, and I've labeled that the wood desk because it is wood. I think it's oak. I don't remember for sure, or pine. And then I did do a post about this on my my blog, and I'll link that in the description if you want to go read it. Just showing that these pieces of things that I already have in this current room, and I plan on doing a video when I get there of it empty, and then, you know, just stand in the room with it empty, because right now excuse me, it still has the owner's furniture in it, but I will put up a picture so you can see what room I'm talking about. But I'll do a, you know, a pan of the room, and then I'll show it as I start adding pieces into it. I'll show it what it looks like with all the boxes in it, and they deliver the boxes and stuff too. That should be entertaining, because I know when I had them in here, it was fun trying to move everything around so I could get the furniture where I wanted it. So this plastic table is right here on my right, right over here where I keep my computer. And my ultimate goal is that this will be a desk like it's supposed to be, and then my plastic table on my right will end up being my work surface. So I'll put my mats and stuff on it. And since it's plastic, if I miss the mat, it's not that big of a deal anyway. And I want to have it where I don't fill this up with junk due to lack of space for storage, because I will have plenty of space for storage. And I want to have it where I can have this area readily available at all times for any type of project I want to do. And you can't see it, but under this table is where I keep my papers, my scrapbook papers and stuff. So I have probably, oh, I don't know, I couldn't even begin to count. But I have a lot of these kind of packages stuffed full. There's at least a dozen, I would say, underneath this desk. And those are all going to go in a closet, so I'll have leg room under the desk as well. And that closet's not pictured on here, but the door's down here for it. So these two items I have outside the room, because they might be in the, this will definitely be in the closet, but the I don't know where I'm putting the wire shelf yet. So this space here, my current space here, is actually about that big because of this wire shelf. This wire shelf actually sits right here, like this. So this is the space I work in, what you see here. So since I will have more room to spread out the table, I'm going to have more space. Now I can spin around, but I'm going to be able to spin around without having to worry about just barely bumping something. And I think this flow of coming in the room and working around to your areas is nice. This cabinet I don't even have in this room because it won't fit. It's a sliding door, 4-foot long cabinet, and it currently holds some of my papers, my scrapbooks, some of my chipboard and journals, and then 2 shelves have to be designated as for clothes because my closets are so small. I had to remove all of my pants from my closet and fold them and put them on those shelves so that I would have room for my formal dresses and stuff that I've accumulated due to the, you know, military functions we've been in. And I can't really get rid of several of those because due to my husband's job, I still have to attend some military functions. So yeah, that makes it awkward. Alright, so down here, these are 2 IKEA shelves. One's the older version one. Let me count how many cubes it has. It has 5 cubes that you can slide a container into. And when I went back to buy another one, they didn't have those anymore. They had discontinued them, which really irritated me. So I got the next one that they had out, which was 4 cubes. So I start here and then steps down. So I think what I want to add next, I I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. I was going to get an island, an IKEA island to go in the center of the room. While it still sounds fun, I think I would rather spend that $400 that would cost on a couple of smaller things like a bench by the window and a 3-drawer filing cabinet. And then I have all the other money to use towards some art supplies I might like to get. I think I'd like to continue getting the rest of the Faber-Castell Big Brush markers, and I'm interested in getting the Spectrum Noir Aqua watercolor pens. So I think I will, and I think by doing that I'll even spend less money than I would have if I had bought that kitchen island thing. So anyway, I thought maybe the file cabinet would look nice right here because it'll be a stepped configuration. So then I got my little Rascog carts. One's a Rascog, one's a Sam's Club cart. So since those are on wheels, I can just wheel them over here when I need to use them and wheel them back over out of the way when I don't want them. These are my black storage drawers. I think they've got a dozen drawers in them. I got those from Hobby Lobby. Those are on wheels, so I can wheel them around if I want to. But I like the idea of being able to have these right next to this area, because a lot of the things that are in those is stuff that I want to pull out as I'm doing work. Same with this little thing. This is a CD DVD type shelf, and with the adjustable shelves, and I've got little plastic bins in it. Here, I'll show you real quick. See, it's got these little plastic bins in it, and I've got some knickknacks top, but those bins contain, 2 of them contain paints, and the other 3 contain other stuff, which I'm going to move to my other bin. But I want this whole entire thing to just be paints. So by having those there next to that work area, I can reach over and grab my paints when I want. Alright, back to the other side. Alright, so, and then this here is one of those cubes you can get. Usually people have the 9 cube ones, and they put a table across the top of it, but this is just a 6 cube. It has its little fabric drawers you can pull in and out. I use this as a bookshelf. I have magazines and mixed media books and stuff that I wanted to keep there. And then under the table right now, there's a bunch of different things that will go in a closet, so that's great. I do have a rolly cart under here, which I will keep, because it has stuff like pens and stamps, alphabet stamps, and, like my Perfect Pearls and watercolors, stuff I want to be able to grab. My tapes, different tapes and stuff. So I'll have that under here, but then I'll actually have good leg room. And this table actually will raise up another several inches. It's an adjustable size table, which I think is really cool. You can make it a tall table or a short table, depending on what you're doing. And I even considered maybe getting another one of these. So if I wanted to, I could bring it out, get it out, maybe put it here, use it for sewing if I have something drying over here, and then I could put it away, just make sure not to use it as a current project mess area. So these are pretty inexpensive tables. I think I got that at Sam's as well. So that's still something I'm considering. And then I have my storage cabinet. I call it the white cupboard. It has 4 doors on it that open, like a normal door should. And there's shelves in there, and they damaged that when we moved here, so I need to fix the top. They caused the top to be detached from the rest of the cabinet, except for at the back, so it's flappy, and I just need to put some L brackets on it to strengthen that back up, which I can't do because I have stuff inside it, but I hope to work on getting that organized better too. And then I have a set of white drawers that used to be my daughter's dresser when she was a baby. When they're infants, they don't really have a whole lot of clothes. So as she grew up, it became my craft room holder of stuff. And it currently holds ongoing sewing projects. So I think what I'm going to do with that is I'll either leave it as sewing, because these are going to hold fabric, and I'll either leave these as ongoing projects, or something else, but I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it. But I needed to put it somewhere just in case I did keep it. And then one thing I'm going to do with this table, though, is I'm going to sew a skirt that goes around it, at least on this one end. So as you walk in the room, you're not looking directly at the backside of my rolly cart and my trash can or whatever might be there. I want it to be pretty when I come in my room. I want to feel happy being in there and really enjoy my space, because that was one of the points that we were getting this kind of house for, is it either had to have 3 bedrooms and a bonus room or 4 bedrooms, because the bonus room or the 4th bedroom was for me. That was my condition of my husband going after this job. I needed a place for my stuff. And so that worked out perfect. You know, the price of the house was fabulous. And it's actually on a little over an acre of land, which is all grass, not, well, except for a few spots, but not weeds. It's not grown up forest. It's not trash, you know, it's nice. Oh, and it has a pool, so I'm going to get some good exercise on. Now, the color of the room currently is something like, I don't know, maybe this, maybe one of these kind of tannish colors. The overall house has it's all neutral colors. They're all pleasing. The living room area is a little bit more to the yellow side, which the more I think about it, the more I want to paint it. But we have to check that again. Let me go back. I think I want this color, or maybe this color. I kind of like something that's close to teal. So I have these paint chips from, you know, collecting because it's fun. And you always grab the colors that you like the best anyway. So I have those pre-planned ahead so that I can figure out what colors I want. And I have those in this neat little, this actually was an interior design kind of thing I picked up at Tuesday Mornings one time. So you've got this nice little pocket, and it helps you design your space. And I covered up these ugly parts that were on here. Actually, I think it was written in another language. But they have little pockets that you can put business cards in, and this was just some art stuff I thought was cool. Little pockets for sliding things in. You got these little areas here. If you're doing a complete remodel, you can get your fabric swatches and pockets. So I won't go that crazy. I think I'll use the fabric swatches to maybe swatch out some of my own fabrics that I might want to use to make book covers and such. So I think that's about it for the house. Like I said before, we were busy with getting ready to go do this trip and being on the actual trip, and winding down a little bit from coming home. And not really a whole lot art-wise to share. I found this little book at Hobby Lobby as well. It's just like a to-do list thing. I'm using this for all house-related things. This one, stuff we know we need to do, like paint. There's certain pieces of furniture we need to change. Like my daughter's currently using a twin and full bunk bed system. Top is twin, bottom is a full. We're going to split that and have that be 2 beds for 2 different rooms. So we need to buy box springs for both of those mattresses, so that's on here. The grill we have has seen better days, so we're going to either sell it for $10 or something cheap like that, or set it out to be taken to the dump. Or maybe, I don't even know if we could donate it. Or maybe I'll just say free, come get it, you get to clean it, all that kind of business. So anyway, we got a new grill we need to put on here. We need some patio chairs. And I want to sell the table we have and get a different table, because ours is you can fit 8 people around it. Not necessarily comfortably. But I want to get a square table that you could add a leaf to and make an oblong shaped table, because of where I want the table to go. I don't anticipate us having huge gatherings at our house anyway. So that's my little keep track of house items book. I think that's about it for today. Just wanted to kind of touch base, catch up. So I guess it's sort of like my first little vlog or whatever. I'll label it as such. And I hope everyone's having a good beginning of their week and doing lots of art and crafting and inspiring activities. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later.